If there is one thing you don't want to miss in Denmark, it's a New Year's party. Yes, you heard that right. Who would have thought that the fairly introverted Danes know how to party? But let me tell you, that's exactly what we do, especially on New Year's Eve. And this video will explain you how we do it and how you can join the party. So stick around to the end and you will learn all about the New Year's traditions and how you can get the best out of New Year's Eve in Denmark. So let's get started. In Denmark, the month of December is packed with Christmas hygge and togetherness. The whole family gets together over several days to eat, drink and open presents. Danes celebrate Christmas until the 26th of December and then it's all over. Then comes a few in-between work days before New Year's Eve, the 21st of December. Unlike Christmas, that is almost always celebrated with the close family, New Year's Eve is more oriented towards friends. Therefore, there is also a real chance that you might receive an invitation. As everyone has super high expectations to this party, there's a bit of FOMO going around. I hosted New Year's parties for the last 10 years and it's sometimes hard to get people to commit, which is pretty annoying as a host. Sometimes I hosted parties through the Facebook group Festen and Gæsten, which is actually the Facebook version of a Danish radio show that matches people without a party to go to a party that needs more people. So if you want company on New Year's Eve, this page is a great place to find other people looking to celebrate. Just don't expect people to say yes to you and your group just like that. Let them know what you bring to the party and why they should choose you. Also, it's much easier if you are a small group rather than a large group of people. I left the link in the description below in case you're sitting alone for New Year's Eve. Okay, I got sidetracked here with this little pro tip. Let's take a look at what you can expect at a real Danish New Year's party. First of all, New Year's Eve is just as traditional as Christmas, but it's more formal, classy, festive and a little wild, as you can see. Most people host formal dinners with 3-course meals, therefore guests dress formally and classy in suits, tuxedos and dresses for the ladies. But you can dress with a fun twist and bring a glitter hat like this one, a boa or funky looking suit. Classy and fun can go hand in hand this evening. So don't show up in your everyday clothes, that would just be inappropriate. For New Year's Eve, you are typically invited to join at 5:30 p.m. Don't come later because you need to meet the other guests and receive your welcome drink before 6 o'clock, where the king will address the nation. It's the first time this year that he will do the speech since his mother, Queen Margaret, abdicated the 14th of January 2024. So everyone will be excited to hear what he has to say. Almost all Danes will watch this speech on TV, which is touching on some general topics relevant to all Danes. People will discuss the address afterwards and you can actually bet on the words used in the speech as well. So don't miss out even if your Danish is not the best. If you're running late, my tip is to come at 6:20, which is after the speech but before the dinner is served. It's a bummer to come in the middle of the King's address, in my opinion. After the King's address, you will likely start with an amuse-bouche or a starter. The menu is not as fixed as it is for Christmas, but some popular starters include lobster or crayfish soup. Russian blinis with caviar and onions were also popular once, but it's hard to say how popular they still are. The shrimp cocktail was popular in the early 90s and 80s, and now ceviche with codfish, grilled scallops, carpaccio or tartare might also be good alternatives. The main course used to be codfish with mustard sauce, but that's rarely served anymore as the cod can no longer be fished in Danish waters due to overfishing and nitrogen discharge from agriculture into the Danish waters. So generally people eat a good piece of meat such as beef Wellington, beef or veal tenderloin, or maybe just a salmon side. The side dishes could be creamy potatoes or Hasselback potatoes, grilled vegetables, mushrooms, truffle sauce, and maybe some salad. But really, it could be anything as long as it's fancy and tasty. For dessert, the gâteau Marcel or brownie with a bit of ice cream on the side have been popular choices lately, but again, there's nothing right or wrong as long as it's classy and tastes good. Let me know in the comments below what's on your menu for New Year's Eve. After dinner or between the dishes, it's time for games. These can be homemade quizzes about the year that has passed, or maybe some icebreaker games for the people at the party to get to know each other a little bit better. Or maybe it's a music quiz where you have to guess the name and artist performing the song. Kahoot has also been a way to organize fun quizzes the last 10 years. Some might also bring a song they wrote on a popular tune as well. After the dinner, which might take 2 to 4 hours depending on the number of games, it's time for another Danish tradition. Danes enjoy watching the 90th birthday, or dinner for one as it's also called. It has been aired since 1973 on New Year's Eve at around 11:30 p.m. leading up to the 12 o'clock celebration. It's an old slapstick British comedy sketch that somehow never gets too old. It's about Miss Sophie, who's celebrating the New Year's with her waiter, who's imitating her dead friends and getting super drunk while doing so because he has to do a lot of toasting with her. Really fun stuff if you ask most Danes. At this point in time, Kransekage or wreath marzipan cake is served together with champagne. Some prefer waiting with the champagne until after 12 o'clock. After the dinner for one, the countdown starts. Danes have the TV turned on as it shows the Copenhagen Town Hall clock live and the fireworks at the Town Hall Square. Some get on the chairs to jump into the new year as the clock turns 12. At midnight, people jump into the new year, kiss their loved ones, and hug everyone. You might make a New Year's resolution and keep it to yourself, maybe or maybe not. At this point in time, the Danish radio choir sings Kong Christian's the Høje Mast, which is not the national anthem, but more a song representing the royal family. Some people like to sing along to this, other people just don't care and are all about the party now. After congratulating each other, things get a little bit loud as everyone goes to the street to fire firecrackers. Here, neighbors wish each other a happy new year, kids get to ignite rockets, and everyone is having a great time. It's pretty chaotic, and that surprises many foreigners who aren't used to seeing Danes this extroverted with a cigar in one hand and a firecracker in the other. Just wear some protective goggles and warm winter jacket and you will be fine. After the firecrackers and rockets, people go back to the party to dance and have fun. And that's the Danish New Year in a nutshell, or not quite, because there's a day after. Here the tradition is to watch the New Year's ski jump from Garmisch-Partenkirchen in Germany throughout the day while ordering the most sloppy fast food you can get your hands on. Happy New Year, and don't forget the goggles and the champagne. Cheers!